welcome to my class. This class is Power to Yen. And basically what that means is this is a 60-minute class. There'll be 30 minutes that'll be quite challenging for you. And then the last 30 minutes will be very soft, Yen type approach, almost restorative. And it'll create a nice balance in your practice. So we'll go ahead and get started. Come to standing on the front edge of your mats. Place your hands up over your heart. And before we start, it's customary to do an Om to honor the founders of yoga and to also honor our own full potential in life. Om. Exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, sit down deep to Utkatasana, gazing up at your hands. Some systems have you bring your hands together and drop your head back. Other systems have the hands separated and vision out parallel. If you sit down deeper, you feel it more in the quadriceps. Take a couple slow, deep breaths. And then we'll twist gently to the right, hands in prayer fashion. Lift your right shoulder up and your left shoulder down. And if you want to make this more challenging, you could straighten your left leg back out behind you. If you want more challenging than that, drop your head down, pick your leg up higher, and try to hold your balance there. It's quite a bit more challenging. And then we inhale back to Utkatasana, back to the center. Sit down deep again, working into the quadriceps and hamstrings. And then we'll twist to the left-hand side, looking up over the left shoulder. If you want it more challenging, straighten that right leg out. If you want to make it more challenging than that, try to stand up and balance. Back to Utkatasana again, back to the center. Exhale, take your standing forward fold. Bend your knees, step or jump back to a high plank. And once you get to the high plank, we're going to come down to the count of 5. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to upward facing dog. Lengthening your lumbar area. Opening your chest, trying to expand and lengthen rather than crunching your lower back. And then we'll go back to the downward facing dog. Walk your dog, bending into alternate knees. And we'll do that one more time. This time we'll add something a little more challenging to it. Come down to again and count of 5. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to upward facing dog. This time when you go back, try to bring your navel down first, then your chest and your chin, and lift with your hips. Go back up. So it's quite a bit more challenging that way. Now bring your knees down to the ground, and before you think of it as being something really easy, interlace your fingers. Make one big fist with your hands, straighten your legs out, and keep your hips on that same plane of your shoulders and just gaze out in front of you. Doing some slow, deep ujjayi breathing. Quiet your mind and lengthen your breath. Slow, deep ujjayi breathing. And we can make this a little bit more challenging. You'll push up to a downward dog from your elbows, lift your leg back and up, and then try to touch the left tricep. Inhale, backing up. Try to touch the left tricep. Inhale, backing up. Come back down to that low plank position again. Slow, deep breathing. If you get tired, you can let your knees come down. Same thing, you push to a downward facing dog from the elbows. Exhale, bring the knee in to touch the tricep. Inhale, backing up. Exhale, knee in to touch the tricep. Rest in that low plank position again. Slow, deep breathing. And since this first part is more about power yoga, we'll start walking with our feet a little bit. And I think I've done this in some other routines before. It's kind of fun to do, and once you get laughing, you realize you're not thinking so much about how hard it is. So start walking with your feet and repeat after me. Hold your hips and hold them high. Do those postures, don't you cry. Lock your bundles to the sky. Yoga rocks, I tell you why. Lift your spirits to the sky. Now do an upward dog. And really stretch out your abdominals. Lift up, stretching out long. Lift your hips, drop your head to the downward facing dog. And then we're going to step or jump back up between our hands. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, taking your forward fold. Bend your knees deep to Utkatasana, gazing up to your hands. Exhale, part the air and come up through. One more, hands over your heart. Bend your knees, sit down deep, Utkatasana, gazing up to your hands. Take your standing forward fold. You could step or jump back. Back down to Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Pivot your left heel in and bring your right foot forward for a warrior one. Now keep a low center of gravity. Lift your arms up as your hips come down. And when your palms touch above your head, lower your hands over your heart, straighten out your leg. Sink deeper, your hips come down as your arms come up. And we'll hold this for about 5 breaths. Slow, deep Ujjayi breathing. Now we'll open into Warrior Two. Create that length between your scapula. Your right arm's moving forward, your left arm's moving back, trying to create some space between your scapula. Try to keep your knee pushing outward so it doesn't cave in. You want to find both strength and relaxation in your pose. Drop your hands down, push up out of that right leg, and do a warrior one to the back side of the room. Again, your hands come up over your head. You could drop your head back and separate the hands. Then lower your hands over your heart, straighten out the leg, sink deep to the knee. Bring the knee up over the heel, lift the arms up over your head. Relax for 5 more slow, deep breaths. And from here we open into Warrior Two. Again, create some length between your scapula. Try to keep the knee pushing outward, trying to find a balance between strength and softness, power and tranquility. Drop your hands down, inhale, come back to the center, and go all the way back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Come down slow. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog.